Hello, everyone. Welcome back. In 1994, Baltimore County 911 operator Linda Lester vanished after leaving work. Her life was tragically cut short, leaving behind a young child and a community, including family and friends, in absolute shock. Unsurprisingly, the primary suspect was her estranged husband, Donald Lester. However, the initial evidence was scarce, and decades would pass before the truth would finally emerge from the shadows of a cold case file. With that being said, let's get right into it. October 11th, 1994. Linda Mae Lester, a 31-year-old dedicated 911 dispatcher, finished her shift and left work to pick up her 2-year-old child from Donald Lester's home. Leaving work was the last time anyone would see her alive. Days turned into a frantic search. Sadly, on October 17, 1994, Linda's body was found on an embankment alongside I-70 near the Patapsco River Bridge, just south of the Howard County line in Maryland. The discovery was grim. An autopsy revealed a brutal end. She had been strangled, suffered a severe blow to the head, and her throat had been cut. It was quite literally overkill. From the beginning, investigators focused on Donald Wesley Lester, her estranged husband. The circumstances were suspicious. He had an abrasion on his nose and a burn on his arm he couldn't adequately explain. Furthermore, he was set to receive a significant payout from Linda's life insurance policy following her death. The motive and opportunity seemed to align. Yet, despite strong suspicions, the case stalled, simply due to insufficient physical evidence to bring charges. The investigation turned cold over time, becoming one of many unsolved cases in Maryland archives.
Giving a voice to the voiceless. I'm Jack Watson, and this Maryland cold case takes us to 1994. When a Baltimore County 911 dispatcher was found dead nearly a week after she had gone missing. Linda Lester was just 29 years old when she disappeared on October 11, 1994, leaving work from a 911 operating center in Towson around 10:45 that night. She was supposed to pick up her 2-year-old daughter from her estranged husband's home in Randallstown. Baltimore County Police said, to their knowledge, she never made it. Her sister reported her missing the following day.
Totally not like her. She calls, she always shows up.
Her car was discovered 3 days after she went missing in Woodlawn.
There was blood on the driver's side door, there was blood on the trunk and on the rear bumper.
On October 17th, Lester's body was found on an embankment off of I-70, and her death ruled a homicide. Family devastated by the news.
How could somebody do that? How could anybody harm anybody like that? She didn't do it up to nobody.
Police told our reporters at the time that Lester's estranged husband was not a suspect in the case.
Just hoping and praying that he has had nothing to do with it. Can't say anything bad about either of them.
Detectives in Baltimore County continue to look for answers to solve Linda Lester's murder. If you have any information, please call 410-887-3943. You may be eligible for a reward of up to $2,000. For Maryland Cold Cases, I'm Jack Watson.
In 2017, the Baltimore County Police Department reopened the case, hoping that new advancements in forensic technology could provide the breakthrough needed. The investigators focused on evidence collected during the 1994 autopsy, specifically the fingernail clippings from Linda's body. In December 2023, at long last, the crucial evidence was submitted for advanced DNA testing. The results, returned in September 2025, were conclusive. The DNA found under Linda Lester's fingernails matched that of Donald Lester. The cold trail had finally led back to the primary suspect, and Donald Lester was finally arrested and charged with first-degree murder. During his bail hearing, prosecutors highlighted the strength of this new DNA evidence. Regardless, Lester's defense attorney maintains his innocence, arguing that his client's DNA presence isn't unusual given their relationship and shared child. Donald Lester is currently being held without bond, awaiting trial.
Thanks for joining us at 6 tonight. I'm Kelly Swoop. He tried his best to cover his tracks, but Baltimore County police say that a suspect's DNA led to his arrest in the murder of one of the 911 dispatchers almost 31 years later. WMAR-2 News' Jeff Hager has details of how they got their man.
When 31-year-old Linda Lester disappeared after her shift as a 911 operator in Towson back in October of 1994, she was on her way to her estranged husband's house to pick up her 2-year-old daughter. 4 days later, her body was discovered along Interstate 70, and for decades, suspicion surrounded the man she was preparing to divorce. Thanks to evidence collected and preserved from underneath her fingernails, time and technology have caught up with her alleged killer.
As a result of their efforts and advancements in DNA analysis, 68-year-old Donald Lester has been arrested and charged with first-degree murder.
But Lester's attorney says if his client strangled the victim, cut her throat, and disposed of the body, as it's alleged, DNA evidence should have been everywhere. Traces under 2 of her fingernails would not be unusual since they still had contact with each other, even though they were living apart.
For 31 years, Mr. Lester has maintained his innocence. The charging document does nothing to change that. In his mind or our mind, he looks forward to his day in court.
And it's not just the DNA evidence. According to court records, police had long suspected Donald Lester for a number of reasons. Police noted he had an abrasion on his nose. He had borrowed someone's car who lived just over a mile from where the body was dumped. And one of his sons told police he'd threatened to kill her. And he had life insurance on Linda and had received a large payout after her murder. For her part, the victim's daughter and her child live with her father, and she broke out in tears in a courtroom on Friday when the judge denied him bail.
I think the family is distraught, but they're strong and they're going to do well and they're going to stay strong, and they've got his complete support.
In Towson, Jeff Hager, WMAR 2 News.
As for the family of Linda Lester, the arrest marks a significant moment in this nearly 3-decade wait for justice. The case serves as a powerful reminder that with science and perseverance, some cases are never truly cold. The defense argues that Donald Lester's DNA presence isn't unusual given their relationship. How do you weigh that argument against the fact that the DNA was found under Linda's fingernails? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Personally, I'm not buying it. Other than the result of defense, there is no logical explanation for his DNA to be under her fingernails. Rest in peace, Linda Lester. Thank you all for watching, and as usual, if you're a fan of urban legends, folklore, unsolved mysteries, cold cases, and all things mysterious, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel.